Hey everyone, get ready for a story where a quiet town nearly became a private resort, until Karen stepped in. The charming town of Maplewood, nestled among rolling hills blanketed with emerald forests and fields of wildflowers, had long been a haven for families seeking peace and community. At its heart lay Central Garden, an expansive green oasis beloved by residents of all ages. Children spent sunny afternoons chasing soccer balls across freshly cut grass. Teens laughed over basketball games on vibrant courts, and elderly couples strolled arm in arm beneath gently swaying willow trees. Life in Maplewood had always revolved around this treasured public space, a true heartbeat of communal spirit. But recently, the tranquility had been disrupted by unsettling whispers of change. Mayor Raymond Griggs, a slick-talking politician with an overly polished image, had begun campaigning aggressively for an ambitious redevelopment plan, a luxurious private resort complex at the very center of town. To many, his speeches sounded promising, full of glittering visions of jobs and prosperity. But to others, it felt like the soul of Maplewood was up for sale. Karen Thompson, Maplewood's stern HOA president, notorious for her unwavering adherence to rules and chilly demeanor, was among those skeptical. Though residents often found her irritatingly precise and aloof, Karen cared deeply for the neighborhood's future. At an overflowing community meeting, she listened silently from the back row as Mayor Griggs detailed his resort plan, complete with upscale boutiques, private spas, and members-only facilities. Residents nodded enthusiastically at flashy graphics and polished speeches. Yet, Karen watched carefully, unease settling into her chest. Beneath the mayor's smooth words, she sensed hidden intentions. After the presentation, she approached the mayor with pointed questions about community impact, transparency, and environmental safeguards. Griggs offered only vague, rehearsed replies, quickly dismissing her concerns. Karen left the meeting more determined than ever to uncover the truth behind this glamorous facade. Unable to ignore her growing suspicions, Karen retreated to her home office, a space impeccably organized with meticulously labeled files, pristine shelves, and a large oak desk piled high with research. For days, she pored over city records, zoning documents, and business registries, fueled by endless cups of coffee and an unsettling intuition. After tireless digging, her persistence finally paid off. Late one evening, Karen's eyes widened in shock as she discovered that the independent construction firm contracted for the resort was quietly owned by none other than Mayor Griggs' son, Thomas Griggs. Karen's heart raced as the implications became clear. This was not simply economic development. It was blatant corruption cloaked in civic virtue. She quickly printed copies of every incriminating document, feeling a sense of urgency pulse through her veins. The town deserved to know, yet she knew presenting this evidence wouldn't be easy. Many in Maplewood saw her as overly critical, a stickler obsessed with regulations. Still, Karen had never backed away from a challenge. With determination burning bright, she arranged a meeting with the town council to share her findings. As she expected, the council dismissed her claims as conspiracy, patronizingly urging her to embrace progress. Karen felt anger boil inside her, but she held her composure. If the town leaders wouldn't listen, she decided grimly, she would find another way to reveal the truth. Realizing she couldn't fight this battle alone, Karen turned to Mary Ann Watson, a seasoned investigative journalist from the local paper. Meeting secretly in a dimly lit cafe far from prying eyes, Karen laid out the evidence she had painstakingly uncovered. Mary Ann, known for her courage and integrity, studied the documents carefully, her expression shifting from skepticism to shock. They agreed immediately to collaborate, knowing the stakes were high and the risks severe. Within days, Karen and Mary Ann discreetly gathered further evidence, photographing construction sites, tapping sources within City Hall, and chasing leads late into the night. Their covert investigation soon drew unwanted attention. Karen received mysterious late-night calls filled with static and silence. Threatening letters appeared on her windshield, and one morning, she found her tires slashed. Yet, instead of feeling intimidated, Karen's resolve deepened. She wouldn't let fear derail her mission. Maplewood's future hung precariously in the balance, and Karen refused to let her community down. Amid escalating threats, Karen and Mary Ann gained access to archived city council meeting recordings, hoping for a breakthrough. In a dusty, forgotten storage room beneath the town hall, they uncovered old audio tapes dating back to earlier planning sessions. As they played through static-filled reels, they found what they'd desperately hoped for: a chilling conversation capturing Mayor Griggs blatantly discussing kickbacks and bribes. Karen's hands shook slightly as she realized the magnitude of their discovery. Yet, just as triumph surged through her, headlights flashed across the storage room's window. Karen and Mary Ann froze in silence, hearts racing as a shadowy figure lingered ominously outside before driving slowly away. Shaken yet undeterred, Karen understood they now faced grave danger. Still, she knew retreat was no longer an option. It was time to reveal everything to Maplewood's unsuspecting residents. Days later, the local paper released a bold headline: "Corruption at the Heart of Maplewood," detailing Karen and Mary Ann's meticulous investigation. The article sparked immediate outrage and confusion among the townspeople, dividing the community into heated factions. Mayor Griggs swiftly launched a smear campaign against Karen, painting her as a bitter antagonist opposing town growth. Yet, Karen stood firm, calling for an emergency town hall meeting to present their undeniable proof publicly. The community hall overflowed with tense residents, their voices an anxious murmur. As Karen took the stage, she felt the weight of expectation pressing on her shoulders. Calmly, she played the damning audio recording. Gasps echoed throughout the room as Mayor Griggs' own voice implicated him. Griggs blanched visibly, unable to respond coherently. The residents' shock swiftly turned to anger, their fury focused squarely on the mayor who had betrayed their trust. Following Karen's revelation, Maplewood erupted in protest. Hundreds rallied at City Hall, demanding Griggs' resignation, wielding signs and chanting passionately. News vans rolled into town, broadcasting the scandal across state media. Facing relentless public scrutiny and official investigation, Griggs' carefully crafted image unraveled completely. Within days, he resigned in disgrace, criminal charges swiftly following. Maplewood had won, yet the scars of division lingered. Karen knew reconciliation and rebuilding awaited. She stepped forward, guiding the town toward healing by proposing a unified effort to reclaim their beloved central garden and dismantle the half-built resort structure tarnishing their community's heart. Determined to restore both the town and community spirit, Karen spearheaded a restoration campaign. Volunteers from every corner of Maplewood gathered, removing debris and planting new trees and flowers. The previously fractured community bonded deeply as they labored side by side. Karen, once seen as rigid and unapproachable, surprised many with her warmth and compassion, tirelessly assisting wherever needed. Months passed, and a transformed park emerged, a shining symbol of collective resilience and strength. At its heart stood a children's educational garden and a memorial commemorating the town's unity against corruption. Karen, humbled by the outpouring of gratitude, felt a renewed connection to her neighbors, who had come to deeply respect her courage and dedication. On a bright spring day, a celebratory gathering filled the revitalized central garden. Flowers bloomed vibrantly, laughter echoed joyously, and sunlight painted everything golden. Samuel Ortiz, a beloved community elder, addressed the joyful crowd. Today, Maplewood celebrates a rebirth, thanks to one courageous woman who stood firm when we needed her most, Karen Thompson. Karen, your bravery and dedication have taught us invaluable lessons about community and trust. We humbly ask you to continue leading us forward. As Maplewood's new mayor, cheers erupted instantly. Karen, overwhelmed by emotion, accepted gracefully, promising transparency, integrity, and unwavering dedication. The community, stronger and wiser, now understood the priceless value of unity and vigilance. Maplewood had faced darkness and emerged brighter than ever, all because Karen Thompson had the courage to shine a light into the shadows. And just like that, one woman's courage saved an entire town. What would you have done in Karen's place? Drop your thoughts below, and if you love this twist-filled story, give it a like and subscribe for more HOA showdowns every week. Thanks for watching.